Have you ever said something and immediately wanted to take it back?
Hell no. Everything I say is deliberate and on purpose. If I said it to you, trust me, I meant it.
I got that dish. Got that. I got that dish. 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 I got that dish. I got that dish. That dish.
Hey y'all, it's Onika
And J.R.
and you are dishing with DaintyDysh. How you doing, JR?
I am doing well, Onika. How are you?
I'm doing all right. What you been up to? What's going on in the world of JR?
I'm just working, keeping
You on
busy.
the grind?
On that grind. I'm trying to make as much money as I possibly can.
Summertime's coming.
I know summertime. I don't want to work this summer.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
That would be ideal. Just a summer off.
Yeah, I kind of took half the summer off last year, but
I remember.
I'm going to try to take the whole thing off this year.
Well, goals, life goals.
Yeah, that's a goal. Yeah, I know. What are you up to?
I've been working. It was mental health day today, so I saw my therapist, and that always goes well. She always gives me a different perspective on my own personality. I thought I knew all there was to know about myself, maybe, and then she just kind of flips it on its head. Really, all the things I thought were true just are not true.
I love that. I love when you come around, you're humbled. I love it.
Yes, I think therapy is a very humbling experience, and I've been doing it for like a year and a half now, and I'm really getting a lot out of it. I'm really seeing the benefits of having that unbiased, reasonable perspective.
Yeah, okay. I just like having people around me that will just tell me when I
call me on my shit.
Yeah, like that's why I asked you that question, because last night? Yeah, last night I was out with a friend, and in the midst of the conversation, I said, I have a right to be mad at women. And that was just like not cool. It just didn't work out. It wasn't what I wanted to say, but that's how it came out. And yeah, I was promptly told that that's not cool. And I don't have a right. I'm a loser if I think that I have the right to be mad at women.
Well, whoever that girl is, she sure is a winner. So she sure is a winner. She got hit that one right on the head. But yeah, it's good to have people call us out on our bullshit. So I appreciate having that in my life, and you too.
Yeah. So what are we talking about today? I don't even know what we're doing.
We are having our very first sex talk.
Like the birds and the bees?
The birds and the bees type shit. Yeah, no. Now that I'm back in the dating world, sex is back on the table.
Okay.
So I've started to ask myself certain questions, and I thought I'd maybe pose them to you as a man to see how you feel about these questions. And my first question is, Onika, does size really matter all that much to you?
You want to know how I feel about if size really matters? I'm not. What? Like height? What are you talking about?
Okay, height. Do you think girls care about your height?
See, that one's interesting because women always, I've heard like women always say, oh, short guys are really cute, but they're short.
Yes.
Right. And then I want a guy that's tall, but he's not that handsome, so I don't know. I think height might actually matter to women, but it might be it correlated differently than how it may appear.
No, but on the real, what I'm talking about when I'm
like the way I avoided that.
Yeah, I love the way you avoided that. When I'm talking about does size matter, I'm talking about the male member. Now, from your personal perspective, how do you feel about men thinking about size mattering? Like, is that something you're self-conscious about?
I'm not worried about any other guy's member penis at all. No, reason being because if a woman is gracious enough to let me enter her flower garden, what am I worried about somebody else? I don't care. I'm in the garden. I'm already here. What do I need to worry about somebody else?
And how big they are or how small they are.
Whatever. I'm already here. I can't change it.
Well, for me, I think size does play a part in the pleasure I get out of my sexual experiences. So I can't say that size doesn't matter. I mean, I've read things where like they talk about women saying size doesn't matter. It's about the relationship and the partner. And that's true. It is about the love. It is about the communication. It's about the trust. But for me, I can't work with something small. I need like a medium to larger size.
See, that's all relative, because what is small, medium? Like what do you consider to be a small penis? Like
3 inches or less.
3 inches or less. You're okay. And what's a large penis?
9 inches or more.
So medium penis is 4 to 8, 3 to 9 inches is a medium penis.
So like a 6 is a 6 to 7 is a medium.
I can't even believe I'm having this conversation with you. But
believe it, we're having it.
Like, I don't know, because I've never been penetrated, so I don't know what that's about, and I have no interest in being penetrated, so I don't really know. Like, I can't really, like, all I can say is I don't know where I land on that. Well, I obviously I'm aware now that you've created the scale, but I don't really care. Like, I don't know. Size.
It's not something that causes insecurity or.
No, I mean, if you're gonna ask me the other question, does size matter? Like, we could talk about breast size. Does that matter?
Yeah,
and
good question.
And I mean,
give you more. That's more of the male perspective. I might have been seeking.
That's what you wanted. Yeah. Okay. Well, in that case, for me, it doesn't matter at all. Zero. My preference would be on the smaller size, just because all the women in my family have large breasts, and I've seen large breasts my whole life.
36 triple D.
So it's just like, for me, that's just like, I think of you're like women in my family. I don't.
Yeah,
want to.
We're chesty.
Yeah. Let's get something different out here.
And new.
Yeah. Like, I used to watch fashion tells with my aunt just so I could see the models with their little little chests in the see-through shorts.
What about the badonk?
The badonk. I mean, does size matter? Ultimately, no, but yes, maybe. No.
Do you have a preference?
Nah, not really. No prep. Actually, like, I'm not trying to be like, you know, the rappers, like how they like it that like
fat,
like that big, like
yeah,
I'm not really
a mile wide.
I'm not like, it could be fun, but like I'm not really
like sexually it's fun.
That could, yeah, it could be fun.
I wouldn't know. I have like a very small behind, like very like ass of a white girl, like very tiny. Like, I'm just saying, like, it's like pancake. There's nothing going on back there, so that's not something. I excel in the chest. So I'm just wondering.
You want to wear that chain that droops down, so you can just you're drawing attention.
Yeah, I'm the one that wears the long chains that droop between my boobies.
Yeah.
But I'm not a tight jeans butt girl, so I'm wondering if like the butt makes the sexual experience better.
I'm gonna be like such a jerk and be like, it's all the same.
It's all the same.
It's all the same.
It's all the same.
Yeah.
For me, not so much. When I think about the penises that have come before,
oh my god,
from days of yorn, I've seen all types. Small, medium, large, you know, and I find I get along with the bigger ones better. I just get along with them better.
You just get.
I just get along with them better.
They're your friends. You're better friends.
They're my friends.
Okay.
I like to draw them near.
I don't know. Like, I feel like women say size matters. They're making it up. And you know what? I would stand by. What happens if size matters, but you're the one that's too big, as a woman?
Like loose?
Yeah. What happens if you just happen to be too loose? Like, what happens if 3 inches is actually the perfect size, and every woman that doesn't like 3 inches, she's just too loose? What about that? What about that? What about that perspective?
I mean, it's a perspective. It's not my perspective. I know my shit's solid, so I
mean, you could push a watermelon out of that thing. So I mean, what
exactly?
Are you really saying?
You can push 13-pound babies out of there, so it gets loose eventually. But, you know, in your younger years, you just have preferences. I think as I get older, my preferences shift and change. I mean, I think now that I'm back in the dating world and like I said, sex is on the table again, it might not matter to me so much, but it's always a surprise. I mean, with guys, at least you get to see what's coming at you. Like with women, we don't know what's happening until it's happening.
Whoa.
Like
Whoa.
your
No, I get,
breasts,
I
you know
get,
what I'm
no. So what about all like the push-up bras and, you know, all that stuff, the Spanx?
Yeah, there's a lot of fraudulence going on in the world right now. There's a lot of fraudulent people out there, women out there in the world right now. Their hair doesn't belong to them. Their butts don't belong to them. Their boobs don't belong to them. So I could see how you might have to watch out, be a little bit more steadfast than you used to have to be. But it's still, most women are still fairly natural. So you could see just upon look what they've got to offer. Whereas men aren't walking around swinging their dicks around that you could just take a peek and say, hey, I'm interested in that penis. Like, maybe that peen should come home with me. You can't, you don't know until you're already home.
Would you prefer men to walk around with their penises hanging out?
I would prefer at some point, like an opportunity in the dating process before like we get to the bedroom that I could like just maybe take a peek.
So you want like an extra, like, I guess.
Just a preview. Just so I know what I'm getting into.
Or maybe an extra field on the driver's license that has a number that's out.
Yeah.
that's
Why not?
The size.
But they do height. They do eye color. Why not?
Wow.
I'm down for that. Show me your driver's license. I want to know how big your penis.
Yeah, we got to measure that now. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't feel like I want to have to walk around with my ruler everywhere I go. I should just be able to just maybe cop a feel, grab around, see what's going on down there. Because size, to me, is important.
Okay.
It is important.
To each their own. I mean, I can't knock you for saying size is important to you. I just think that, like, that's some bull. It's so shallow. You're shallow.
I have my shallow moments.
Yeah, you're shallow.
I have my shallow moments. I'm sexually experienced enough to know what I like. And I had a friend once that said, it's not the size of the pencil, but it's how you write your name. Maybe these guys haven't been writing their name properly and leaving their mark, you know, but for me, I feel like a medium-sized peen is, you know, what I would go for. Smaller penises just don't do it for me. They don't make things happen down there.
Okay, well, you talked about sexual experience. So is it ever okay to ask a woman her number?
Oh, you can ask, but don't expect an honest answer.
Fair.
You can ask,
I'm not asking. I'm not.
You could ask all the live long day, but don't you expect an honest answer? Because that's another thing with women. I think it's one of those taboo topics. Like, I find with men, as their numbers increase and they get notches on their bedposts, it's a part of their machismo and their macho-ness. But with women, it's like scarlet letter on your chest, like you're a whore, you're a slut. Like, they're shamed by having a larger number. So they don't feel the need to be honest and to share what the actual real number is for fear of getting judged.
Yeah, I don't even think that you need to even give the number. Like, just don't ask, don't tell. But is there a number that's too many, though, when it comes down to it? Do you think?
I mean, for male or female, I don't think there's going to be a number. There should be a number that's too many.
There should be, or there shouldn't be?
I don't think there should be a number.
Okay.
That's too many.
Okay.
But as I said, in a lot of instances, when it comes to guys, I'm not at the number 3 anymore. But I remember when I was at the number 3, I was still lying about being at the number 1 because there was that like age old kind of saying or like idea that 1 is too many. Mm-hmm. You know, even 1 is too many. So if he gets 3, 4, 5, 6, oh goodness, you're a loose woman.
Yeah, I don't know. I've always thought that as long as your number's the same as when we start and we end, we're good.
That's fair.
I don't really care what your number is as long as it's consistent with our time period together. But is there a number that's too small? Because I would think, because for me, 0, too small.
Yeah, for a man, from my perspective, if it's a man and the number 0, too small. Even 1 or 2 is too small. There'd have to be some type
so
of
1 or 2 is too small?
Yeah, there'd have to be some type of explanation behind it, like was married since they were 16 or something, or in a long-term relationship, or was at war. I don't know, something like that, where I would understand the rationale of a 35 plus, because that's kind of who my dating range is in, would be with someone with only like 2 or 3 people. I like experience. I like someone who's experienced.
You don't want to be a teacher.
I don't want to be someone's teacher. That's not my job. I didn't go to school for teaching, so
I have
2 best friends. I have 2 best friends that are teachers. They did it. I didn't go to school to be a teacher. It's not my job. So I want experience. So I think having a higher number for a man is attractive to me.
Okay. I mean, I think 0 for a woman who I would be dating would be, I don't know. I might be okay with it, but no. And 1 or 2's, yeah, it's fine. I mean, I honestly, I'm not gonna ask. I'll never know.
I think that I would, for too many, just going back to that for a second, if a guy's getting like STD tested every 6 months, I'm suspicious. Like, I'm suspicious. How many people are you sleeping with?
Really? I mean, that you could still be sleeping with one person and still need to get STD tests.
I find that to be, I mean, I appreciate being responsible, but I remember this guy that I worked with when I was in the restaurant industry. He wanted to be a professional and like man whore. He loved women. Women loved him. He got a vasectomy at 18. And he just has a plethora of women, and he gets AIDS testing and STD testing every 6 months. Now, someone like that, of course, like I was totally intrigued by his whole situation, but I was still taken like standoffish and taken aback by it, because it's like, how many women are you really sleeping with? Like, how many women do you really have to sleep with? So I don't know if the number I think I would have an issue if the number was really, really, really high.
So would you be okay with someone just telling you a lie versus telling the truth then? I know we spoke a little bit earlier, but like you're okay with the lie then?
I'm okay. You know what? I'm okay with the lie because I know I would lie. And I'm going to say this with as much frankness as I can. Being bipolar, one of the side effects, I guess you would say, is hypersexuality.
Yeah.
And when I'm in that condition, when I'm in a manic state, I sleep with random men. Sometimes I remember them. Sometimes I don't. Couldn't give you a count. Couldn't give you a name. Couldn't give you a description. So to have to explain that to someone I'm with or a partner, I just don't feel the need to go there, because that's something related to my health that I have an issue with. And it's also something that's kind of my own personal shame, that I can't necessarily control myself when I'm in that condition, and I make very irresponsible sexual decisions. So the number that I'm currently at, which I mean, quite frankly, I don't know what it is. I can't figure it out in my head. It's a reflection of a lot of those times and a lot of those dark moments in my life. So I choose not to share that with a person. Mm-hmm. Maybe later on in the relationship, if the relationship goes somewhere and we want to sit down and have that conversation with each other for the sake of being open and honest, I would, map my history. But outside of that, I don't think it's really necessary. Like, the choices that I made in the past are my choices. It's what I did. And I have regrets, just like anyone else, I'm sure, has sexual regrets. Some of those, many you wish were few. So I don't know. I think I would tell a lie over telling the truth, or I would just be like, no comment.
Yeah. I would just completely avoid it. 86 it. No, it's not happening. We don't have that answer today. Sorry.
Yeah.
The computer's broken.
Sorry, I can't calculate that in my head right now.
No, not at all. We should get like a sex therapist in.
I know one.
Do you?
I do. I should give her a call and see if she would be willing to come in and
Because this was kind of like
moderate, because this was awkward.
I feel like we have no information on this. It was just us like randomly going back and forth.
Just going back and forth talking about our own personal histories.
Well, I kind of didn't really talk about my personal.
Well, I
history.
talked about mine. I don't care. Sorry, Mom. Hopefully
Wow.
you're not listening.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mama. But yeah, we should try to get her on the show and see if she would moderate and maybe shed some light on some of these sexual issues that I'm sure we're going to want to get into later on in our episodes.
Yeah, because sexuality and mental health kind of.
There's a correlation.
You made the correlation, like
yeah, there is a correlation. I would love to specifically even ask her about that. So we'll see. I'll get in
Yeah.
touch with her and see what happens.
Yeah.
But this was awkward, but good.
Yeah,
I think it needed to be done. It needed to be done. So
we had to stay on our mandate.
yeah, we had to. But with that said, if you guys don't ask us any sex questions, because obviously we don't know what we're talking about. But if you want to just drop us a line and be like, "Hey guys, that was super awkward," or "Hey Onika, you're oversharing," just let me know. JR, let them know how they can reach us.
Yeah, you can reach us at Dysh, DYSH, at DaintyDysh.com. That's DaintyDysh.com. Onika, what's going on OnikaDainty.com right now?
We have some blogs, a little bit of poetry, and a couple of journal entries. I'm actually thinking about starting a new little series called Black and Crazy. I want to talk about being Black and having mental health issues from like an African Canadian perspective, because it's not discussed that much. So look out for that. I'm not sure in what format I'm gonna be doing that yet, but it's something I'm like playing around with.
Okay, neat.
So yeah, but shoot, back to you.
Yeah, well, you can check Onika out on Instagram on Best of Onika. You can check me out on Instagram on Best of JR. If you are listening to us on Apple Podcasts, thank you so much for listening. Please
Give us a 5,
subscribe,
deserve a 5.
and please subscribe. If you're listening to us on another platform, thank you so much. Please give us a like, a comment. Your comments are appreciated. Thank you so much for those that have sent us emails, just showing us some support. We really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. That's it for me.
Well, that was the dish of the day. And again, it's never meant more. You guys have yourself a happy, happy hump day.